For decades, NASA has been exploring the stars, unlocking secrets of space we never imagined possible. But hidden among their greatest discoveries lies a mystery so strange, even they can't explain it. A signal picked up in the depths of space that refuses to be ignored. Was it just cosmic noise? Or something beyond logic? Today, we're diving into the mystery NASA doesn't want to talk about. And by the end of this video, you may never look at the universe the same way again. It all began with a strange burst of radio waves, picked up by NASA's instruments as they scanned the skies. Unlike normal signals from pulsars or stars, this one was different. It was sharp, powerful, and eerily precise. Scientists expected random static, but what they found instead was a pattern, a sequence. Almost like someone was trying to say something. Some dismissed it immediately, calling it interference. But others within NASA couldn't shake the feeling that this was not just noise. It was too structured, too intentional. The kind of signal you'd expect from intelligence. The mystery deepened as the signal repeated brief, but impossible to ignore. Some scientists proposed it could come from a star collapsing, or an unknown cosmic phenomenon. But then came the question, why did it only appear in short bursts, and then vanish completely? Others had a more controversial theory. What if this was a beacon? A signal sent across the stars meant to be found. Imagine an advanced civilization, thousands, maybe millions of years ahead of us, sending out a pulse to announce their existence? Could this be first contact hidden in plain sight? But here's where things get even stranger. After the initial excitement, the data was suddenly quiet. The signal stopped. NASA never confirmed exactly what happened. No press conferences. No detailed follow-ups. Just silence. And for many, that silence speaks louder than any explanation. Why would NASA remain so quiet about something so extraordinary? Was the signal debunked? Or did they find something they couldn't share with the public? Conspiracy theorists suggest the latter, because if this really was proof of intelligent life, it would change everything we know about our place in the universe, religion, science, power, control, maybe? That's the very reason it was buried. So what if the signal wasn't just a random burst? What if it was a message? Think about it. If you were an advanced civilization trying to reach out, would you send a long conversation? Or would you start with something small, simple? A test to see who's listening. The idea is chilling. We heard the knock at the door, but instead of answering, we turned away. And maybe, just maybe, that door will open again. Next time, the message might not be so subtle. But what if the signal wasn't just sound? What if it carried something else, hidden inside? A code, a map, or worse, a countdown. Imagine this. We weren't meant to understand it right away. It wasn't noise. It wasn't a message. It was a seed. A signal waiting to grow inside our technology, spreading every time someone replayed it. What if NASA decoded more than they admitted? What if, in trying to translate it, they activated something? Something that wasn't supposed to be touched? And here's the part no one can explain. In the months after the signal, NASA's deep space instruments started malfunctioning. Not all at once, not dramatically, but piece by piece, systems shutting down for no reason, patterns appearing in the noise. Like the signal was rewriting itself into the machines. Coincidence or design? And then the silence. Not because the signal stopped, but because maybe we weren't the only ones listening. What if the signal was bait? Not meant to talk to us, but to find us? A flare shot into the void, to see which species would raise their hand? And we did. We answered without knowing. Now, ask yourself this. What if they're already on their way? Not in ships of metal, but in something we can't even comprehend. A form of travel hidden in physics we haven't unlocked. Not light years away, not centuries, but closer. Already moving. And if that's true, then NASA's silence isn't secrecy. It's fear. Because how do you prepare a world for the knowledge that we've been noticed? So here's the real question. Was this signal the beginning of first contact? Or the first step in something far darker? A beacon, a warning, or an invitation? The knock on the door has already happened. The only mystery left is, when it opens, what comes through? But here's the part that chills me the most. We always assume first contact will be obvious. A spaceship in the sky, a message across the stars, a moment where the entire world gasps in awe. But what if it's quieter than that? What if it's already happened and we just didn't recognize it? Think about it. A single signal, small enough to dismiss, strange enough to haunt us. What if that was their way of knocking gently, not to scare us, but to see if we were ready? And if that's true, then silence isn't comfort. It's tension, like the pause before lightning strikes, because maybe they're waiting for us to answer, waiting for us to prove we're more than noise in the void, waiting to see if we're worth the risk, or worse. Maybe we already failed the test. Maybe the silence means we weren't chosen, that they looked at us, measured us, and turned away. But what if turning away wasn't mercy? What if it was judgment? A decision that we weren't ready. And when they come back, it won't be to talk. And here's where it gets even darker. The signal wasn't random. It was targeted. Out of all the endless stars, all the billions of galaxies, it landed here, on us, on Earth. Why? Maybe we've been watched longer than we know. Maybe this was never about discovery. Maybe it was about arrival. So the next time you look at the night sky, remember this. The silence isn't empty. It's listening. It's waiting. And when the signal comes again, when the knock at the cosmic door grows louder, we'll all have to face the question we've been avoiding since the beginning. Are we alone in the universe? Or are we about to find out? The answer was never meant to bring us comfort, but fear.